What happens when you go searching for yarn and you can't find it? Stay tuned, friends. I'm going to share with you what happened to me. Well, it's Monday, and it is Mitten Monday, of course. That's what I call it. But I'm going to do a bit of a pivot today, as so many of us are going to be working on the Melt the Ice hat. And I went looking for my red yarn. I know I bought red yarn to make, to use as contrast in my grandson's slippers. So that didn't happen, at least not yet, but I couldn't find my yarn. So, like many in the fiber world, I went stash diving. Hi friends, this is Granny Doll from Doll Can Create. I know you can too. We're living that 100-mile life. And today what I have for you is this beautiful, beautiful red braid. I think it was from Turtle Pearl, but I'm not 100% sure. I bought it from, I think it was called Knit Forward in Canada. It's no longer there, but that's quite a few years ago. So I'd say 2011, 2012 is when I bought it. I was working on a vest that I haven't finished. Not sure I will finish it. So I decided to use this to spin for the hat. And what I've got so far is this. So I'm using my mini Turkish spindle. And let me just see here. Let's see if I can bring you down a little bit further. There we go. I've got quite a bit here, so I do have a bracelet I put on to keep the tail out of the way. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But here it goes, round and round and round. If you've been following me for any length of time, you know that Monday is also my Sabbath. So this is a day where I'm not really working. I'm not watching the newscasts. I'm not, as I scroll through social media, I'm skipping over all of the political stuff because I don't need that. I'm looking for the funny stuff. I'm looking for inspirational music. And I can often find something to laugh about. And here it goes. Isn't that wonderful? And it just spins. Now this little bit here feels like it might be a merino blend. But this here is a Shetland. I can tell by the feel of it. So they're not quite the same fiber, but they are the same colorway, kind of. So there's a lot of striping kind of stuff, but I'm only doing a 2-ply, and I don't know what I did here, but it just got stuck. So I gotta figure that out. But yeah, we're just coming out of another snowstorm day. Our in-person worship was canceled yesterday. So we did online, YouTube, online, Facebook. Didn't go out yesterday. Our driveway got shoveled out by the upstairs tenants this morning. So if I needed to get out today, I could. I did the important things. I checked the air vents at the back of the house because we're gas heat and they're all clear, free and clear. So there's no problem there. And I'm making sure that water is flowing fairly regularly because we're coming into another cold snap. The sun's out, which is beautiful. But at the same time, see, isn't that nice? Isn't that just nice? At the same time, we have to take care of things, right? We have to take care of our homes, take care of one another. That's for sure. Isn't this red just brilliant? I think it may be a little bit of a darker red in person than it is on screen. So, and how do I wrap it? So it's under 1/2, and I try to line them up so they look pretty. You know what? You don't really have to make it look pretty, but isn't it pretty when you get it all lined up? I think so. I think so. And it only takes a few more seconds, so it's really not a big deal. So if I find my red today, here, I'll move myself back up. If I find my red yarn, I will cast on for the hat. If not, I'll continue spinning. If I do find the red yarn, I will use this to cast on some more mittens. I have spun 2 mini little balls to go with last week's mitten, and I'm just starting to shape for the thumb. So there it is. And somebody asked about a demonstration of doing the cables, so I will do that, just not today. But because these cables are so simple, but that's coming along really nice. And I still am spinning on that. I am still working on my other walker sock. I'm down to about there on those needles. So if I do 12 rows a day, I've got 2 more days of the foot, and then a day and a half or so for the toe. And then I've got the ends to put in. But isn't that pretty? So that's called the walker sock pattern, and it does use, like, there's 4 different colors in here, but you're only ever knitting one color a row at a time. So it's on how the slip stitches go. Easy pattern if you don't mind lots of different color interactions. I do have 2 other socks on needles. One are the Rhinebeck Buddies from Crazy Sock Lady. And another one of hers is on my needles. And I'm looking kind of down the road. I want to cast on something pink or red for socks for February. So I haven't done that yet. And if you're still interested in February Sockway fiber, no, not fiber, sock yarn, I do still have some. The Barbie Pink and Barbie Light are gone. I have another Dusty Rose. I've got a couple other shades of pinks. On sale, $20 a skein plus shipping. And I am in Canada, so you have to keep that in mind. But they are available. Just drop me a message and I will send you some pictures or some quotes and get that off to you this week so that you have it for next week to cast on for February. And I'm excited because I'm looking at sock yarn for March. March is early spring for some people. For others, we celebrate St. Patty's Day, so I'm doing green. I have one mossy green. I don't know what color of green it is. It's just green. That's ready to go, and I've got one more skein to dye. So if anyone's interested in a green type colorway for socks for March, also let me know. I plan to put out a different colorway every month with a theme. So I haven't got it planned that far yet, but I do have February are the reds and the pinks, and March is early spring, so greens and maybe a pale yellow as well. I have those ready to go. So if you're interested, let me know. And if you're interested in joining my Sock of the Month yarn club, also let me know that below, and I'll give you some more information on where I'm going with that right now. But I'm excited. I'm really excited. I love dyeing yarn. I really do. And I can't charge enough for hand spun, hand dyed. But if you're interested, let me know. I have lots of different natural shades that I can spin up into a sock yarn, and I can dye it a specific color if you're interested, but we have to talk pricing, and it's not a bargain, let me tell you that, because it's a long time to spin up 100 grams of sock yarn. thinking probably being more of a DK weight than an actual sock fingering weight. So that's where I am with all that. I have been asked, am I going to do any sock designing? I went, nope. I am so far, I've only designed one thing and I haven't even created it. So I designed a pattern for a pair of mitts, and I did that 3 years ago and still haven't knit the pattern. So who knows? Never say never, right? Never say never. So what are on your needles right now, whether it's knitting, crocheting, quilting, sewing, whatever you're doing with your hands? And are you able to stay safe in these stormy times, both metaphysically and physically? We're coming into a very deep cold snap here. So I get concerned about people who are on the streets. There are warming centers in the city of Hamilton. So that's a good thing. Anyway, my larder, my kitchen is well stocked. I have a recipe that's going up on the blog. It may have already gotten posted, for making barley tea. So I'm making that today, and I think I'll add honey to give it that sweetness, but I'll let you know how that turns out. But anyway, fiber friends, this is what I'm doing right now with this lovely Turkish spindle, which I really love working with. Absolutely adore it. So I hope that you find joy today, that whatever's on your needles and in your hands brings you a sense of who you are, a sense of peace, a sense of calm, and may you find the blessings in these moments. So till next time, it's Granny Doll, living that 100-mile life, one stitch, one fiber, one meal at a time. Wishing you all the best. So like, subscribe, share. Just let's keep the ball rolling. Oh, funny pun, ball yarn. Haha, haha. I'm in one of those quirky moods. Anyway, take care and God bless.